beautiful studios of Way Happy. This is Mr. Meyer and 2-3. And now we'll just have some postulates. Now, what's a postulate? A postulate is just some things that are true, that we agree is true, that we know. It's just not by definition. No one's defined it perfectly and made a beautiful definition for us that will set it in stone. But we know it's true. Like, if you have 2 points, you can draw a line, right? Or if you have a line, there's postulate 2-1 and 2-2. If you have a line, then you know there's at least 2 points or more, right? But you know there's at least 2. Now, why is that important? Because in geometry, we can't always assume things are true just because they look like they're true. So you need to tell me if they're true. But sometimes I can know they're true without you even telling me. What are you saying? In other words, what I'm trying to say is that things can be true by you not telling me, because I can use a postulate to be like, oh, you know what? You gave me so much information that I know this is true, even though you didn't say it. However, I can't just always assume things are true because they look like it. So be super careful. Now, there's the 2-point postulate that says if you have 2 points, you can make a line. There's the line postulate that says if you have a line, then there's at least 2 points on there. There's the line intersection that says, hey, look, if 2 lines intersect, they're going to intersect at a point, right? There's the 3-point postulate that says if you have 3 points that are non-collinear, then you have a plane. There's a plane that goes through there. I don't know which one we're talking about, but there's definitely a plane that goes through them. Also, if you have a plane, then I can at least give you 3 points that I know are on that plane and stuff like that, right? So if you can keep going. If 2 points lie in a plane, then the line containing them lies in the plane. And then the plane intersection, if 2 planes intersect, their intersection is a line. Those are all postulates. Now, this is going to be kind of fun. Like example 1, it says, if a line, then 2 points. And that is an example of postulate 2-2 that just says, and again, do you have to know that it says that it's 2-2? No, you have to know that this is true. If somebody tells you that they have a line, then you can already assume that there is 2 or more points on that line. Right? You can. That's fair game. What about the next one? If I have 3 non-collinear points, so I have A, B, and C, they are not on a line, they are just 3 points, then there's a plane, and that is true. And you can see that that is postulate 2-4. Again, do I need to know it's postulate 2-4? No, I need to know that if you give me 3 points, then I know there's a plane, right? Just give me 3 points. I know there's a plane. That's important. All right, what about this? Example 2, I could be using 2 planes intersected a line. I could be using lots of things. Use the diagram to write an example of the 3-point postulate. What is the 3-point postulate? 3-point postulate says that between any 3 points, there is exactly 1 plane. And so how would I say that? I would be like, hey, look around for some points. I see A, I see B, I see C. Bam, I got 3. So there's exactly 1 plane that contains them all. So I would say that. Points. How about the non-collinear points? The non-collinear points A, B, C are contained on the plane, on the plane, or you could say 1 plane, but I noticed this plane had a name. This had the name P. On the plane P. Now, it was on the drawing. It didn't have to be on the drawing, right? I just needed 3 points, and I found 3 points. In fact, there's only 3 points I could find. But those 3 points even are on plane P, so I can tell people that, right? So I can state that. And once I know there's 3 points, I know there's a plane. Example 3, sketch a diagram. Now, here's someone giving us very specific instructions. They are saying, sketch a diagram showing Vx intersecting UW. So you have a line, and then you have a array, right? So here is U and W, and you could draw this any way you want. I just drew it that way, but that's W. And intersecting at V, so that Vx is perpendicular. So if it's perpendicular, I'm going to tell everybody there's a right angle. And then this is going to be Vx. So now you can see I have line UW, arrowheads at both ends. I have ray Vx, starting at V, going through X and continuing on at point V. So Vx is perpendicular. I got the perpendicular in there. And UW are perpendicular to UW, and U, V, and W are all collinear. They are. Now, does V have to be in the middle? No, it didn't say it was a bisector. It didn't say it was a midpoint. So it didn't have to be in the middle. It kind of looks like it is, but it's not, right? Maybe in my brain, it's 8 on UV is 8 and VW is 9, right? Look very close. But it's not stated, and they didn't ask me to state it, so I'm done. Right? So that is a beautiful drawing of that. And I think I've covered every one of my bases. And last but not least, example 4. This one is kind of a riot because it's kind of funny. It says, in example 4, what can you assume? What cannot be assumed? And they say there is a plane that contains points A, D, and E. So there's A, there's D, there's E. Wow. According to the drawing, they're not on the same plane. They're on 2 different planes. One's A is on T and DE is on S. But what is true about 3 points that I know is true? If you give me 3 points, how many planes can I draw? I can draw a plane. They didn't draw the plane, but I know I can, right? So this can be assumed that there is a plane, ADE. That means the other one can't be true. AB is equal to BF. AB, that little section, is equal to BF. Okay, that looks like it. I mean, look at that. That AB and BF, yeah, I measured it looks pretty darn close. But can I assume it's true? And the answer there is no. Why not? Again, B, not a midpoint. You never said the word midpoint. You never told me. You never used tick marks. You didn't put a tick mark on AB and a tick mark on BF and show me that they're the same. So I can't just assume it. So isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? I mean, go back to that little baby for a minute. That looks the same and it looks to make more sense. However, you didn't use enough definitions to tell me it's true, so I can't assume it's true. However, when you give me 3 random points, I can tell you there's a plane. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. All right, kids, stay happy, and I'll see you.